Minority Advocacy Council.
Good Thursday morning, Jonesboro. This is meteorologist Tim Root with your KLEK 102.5 FM weather. It'll be partly to mostly sunny today, and the temperatures in the low 40s. Clouds are lower and thickened tonight. Chance of showers by morning. Overnight temperature near 35. Pretty good chance of a few rain showers Friday. Mostly cloudy in the low 50s. Mostly cloudy Saturday. Maybe a stray shower near 55. More clouds and showers Sunday, and the temperatures in the low 60s. Jonesboro, at your KLEK 102.5 FM weather.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. Venezuela's opposition leader says he's been holding talks with military officials about ousting President Nicolas Maduro. Trade talks between China and the US are underway, seen as critical in finding a breakthrough to the ongoing dispute between the two countries. The UK government's setting out plans to deal with a rise in knife crime, particularly among young people in London. And an outbreak of the H1N1 virus has claimed 160 lives in India since the start of the year, according to government data.
It's 9:01.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday to you. I hope that you're having a great start to your day. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, and today I have some very special guests from the group LEAP, which is Leading and Emerging African American Professionals. We have, starting with my right, Dr. Lisa Jones Matthews. Okay, Mrs. Omega Woods, Mrs. Facilia Abawaji, and Miss Amanda Golette.
Right.
Golette. Okay. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right. So we have had some members from LEAP on before, but we're going to talk about again your Staying Alive series, Leaping into Heart Health. This is so important. We're also going to touch on some women's heart health issues as well, because tomorrow is National Wear Red Day in recognition of women's heart health. But before we get into that, let's first talk about what LEAP is for those that may have missed the first show, who have not been paying attention on social media. Tell us what LEAP is, and then I would like for each one of you to tell us why you decided to be a part of this group. So we're going to start on my left this time. Miss Amanda?
My name is Amanda Golad, and I'm a registered nurse case manager at St. Bernard's Medical Center. And the reason why I decided to be a part of LEAP is because it is very dear to my heart.
Okay.
I have something that I would like to share. I always tell people that I come in contact with as far as related to health is that we have one body, so we have to take care of our bodies and treat our body right. When I was 21 years old, I was diagnosed with hypertension.
Oh.
So I was pregnant with my son, and I experienced preeclampsia. Part of preeclampsia is where you have elevated blood pressure, you swell, you're more at risk to going into labor preterm. You're also more at risk to having a seizure and or stroke. So after I delivered my son, from 21 up until now, I've been taking blood pressure medication. So people think just because you're young that you're exempt.
True.
But these things can affect us, but it's things that we can do to decrease our chances of a heart attack or a stroke.
Okay. And as we get into our discussion, I would love for you all to talk about what having high blood pressure, and especially untreated high blood pressure, can do to your heart, your valves, and vessels, and blah, blah.
Yes. All right. So it's my turn. I'm Facilia Abawaji. I'm the Director of Education and the Nurse Recruiter for St. Bernard's.
Okay.
And I've been with St. Bernard's for 17 years. I've loved every minute of it. But about a month ago, I was approached with the idea of starting an affinity group.
Okay.
And so that's what LEAP is. It's St. Bernard's very first affinity group.
Okay.
And an affinity group, to kind of explain what that is, larger companies have had these for years. So it's basically a group of people who have a common interest. They're linked by particular purpose or interest. So our LEAP, Leading and emerging African American professionals, we're linked because we're African Americans.
Okay.
And I think that was really, really cool because we do have a lot of African Americans that work at St. Bernard's.
Okay.
And sometimes you just want to do things for your community. Professional development, networking, recruiting. Those are just some of our pillars that we're going to try to hit, and we're going to work towards it together.
Okay.
So that's what LEAP is. I was ecstatic to join this group. I know with my nurse recruitment, I talked to all kind of nursing students, and sometimes it kind of shocked me when some of my African American students said, I didn't know black nurses worked here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, we do. We have nurses, we have pharmacists, we have physicians. There is such a talent to be tapped into. And also, we love to grow our population. So we love working with all of our counterparts at St. Bernard's, but we thought that this was a wonderful organization to just kind of link together and really try to make an effort to do things in the community, especially with all the health disparities. We know that disease does not discriminate. However, there are some diseases that just because you're African American, you're more likely to die of, and heart disease is one of those. So that's why that's our very first event, and we're so excited about Saturday, February 2nd.
All right.
St. Bernard's Health and Wellness, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Drop in. You don't have to be there the whole time. We are ready to help educate.
All right. Miss Omega.
Hey, I'm Omega Woods. I've actually been at St. Bernard's since 2004, so what, that'll be 15 years?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 15 years. I'm the transitions of care manager, so I'm responsible for case management, social work, post-discharge phone calls, and interpreter services.
Okay.
So that's a lot to be responsible for.
Yes, ma'am.
But as far as LEAP, with me joining, I actually want to see more of us in upper management roles, and encourage those who feel like kitchen and housekeeping is all they have to do. Encourage them to move up if they want to. Give them that push.
Nice, ma'am.
Give them that push. So, and as far as heart disease, there's a lot of misconceptions in the black community that, you know, I'm young, I'm black, I'm immortal. No,
right.
You're not immortal. You're not immortal. You get sick just like everybody else.
Black cracks on the inside.
Yes. So it's to get that education out so they know, yeah, you get sick and you wither down like everybody else.
And just because you're slim doesn't mean you're
healthy.
You're healthy.
Yeah.
And just because you're over a certain weight or whatever the chart, whoever that came up with this chart. But anyway,
I wish they got that chart away.
I mean, no matter what end of the spectrum you're on, weight, age, whatever, you still have you're still at risk for certain health issues.
Yeah. All right.
My name is Lisa Jones Matthews. I'm a pharmacist at St. Bernard's, and I joined LEAP because I think in the black community we miss out on maybe not even access, but knowing that someone looks like us.
Okay.
We as in me, we as in our family members, I feel like we get scared. We're scared to ask questions. We're scared to question what is told to us and get more information. And so that's why I joined LEAP. I was wanting, my dad passed away this year, and it's really, really sad. But he was a very compliant, non-compliant patient. And so he would do what he was told. But he wouldn't question the why or how far do I need to go.
Okay.
And so I want the African American community to know that there's people in positions who may not know the exact answer to your question, but we can help put you in places and get you a hold of people who can answer the true question that you have to be able to increase your likelihood of having a great life, living your best life as healthy as possible.
Okay.
And so that's kind of why I joined, to be able to know that we all have access and that there is someone in the healthcare community who looks like me who I can go to.
I want to piggyback off your comment, and I know this may be jumping way ahead. This is another question I asked the other group, but do you think at some point as your group becomes more developed and you host more and more series and gain momentum in the community, will you add a youth aspect, meaning when I was younger, my mom had all types of issues. I was talking with Miss Omega about this. But I was 14 and 15, and no one was talking to me. My family was talking to each other, but I was her main caregiver, trying to go to high school, taking care of my mom, but still not knowing the full details of what was going on until it got to a point of no return. She eventually passed. So when you eventually have a youth aspect to where you are trying to educate the youth population about certain issues, health issues that they on a level they can understand.
I hope so.
Yes,
Hope so.
We are splitting our group into different pillars, and that would be a wonderful community outreach because we do have to start early. We have to start young, and we never know who they may be taking care of, and sometimes they are the voice.
And something simple as stroke, heart attack, they may not know. And I've learned this as I've been dealing with certain issues and trying to talk to certain people. I'm trying to talk to even just my son. There's that level of understanding that's not there, and they need someone to reach out to them.
Yes. Even sometimes just seeing the signs and symptoms. They may be the one at home with grandma when she's having that stroke. Right. They can recognize it and get help there quickly.
And that series could also encourage them to go into the medical field.
Oh, yes. That would be wonderful.
Awesome. I want to say good morning to a few people. Miss Alexa Scott, Valerie Turner Peoples, and Miss Alyssa Hamilton. Thank you all for joining. Please share this video and share this information. Again, February 2nd.
Yes.
All right.
This Saturday.
This coming Saturday at the St. Bernard's Health and Wellness Center.
Yes.
It's a beautiful center, and I can't plug them because they're not a sponsor. But please go out to But please go out to this event. There's going to be all types of things for everyone in the family to enjoy. So let's go ahead and get into heart disease within itself. This is your Staying Alive series, Leaping into Heart Health. So tell us why heart health is so important. Like, give us as much as you can. We can fill in this hour.
Heart disease is so important because according to the American Heart Association, more than 40% of African Americans have high blood pressure and often develop early in life. As you all know, hypertension and diabetes weakens the walls of the blood vessels. They can cause a blood clot. They can cause a heart attack or a stroke.
Wow.
Oftentimes, high blood pressure is labeled as the silent killer.
Yes.
Many people have high blood pressure and they don't know. And they don't know that their blood pressure is at a dangerous level. One of the ways of finding out what your blood pressure is to get it checked.
Okay.
So come on out Saturday
Get your blood pressure
and get your
checked.
blood pressure checked.
And I wanted to say too, sometimes people think extreme numbers. So your systolic and your diastolic, I know those are big words, but the top number and the bottom number, those, sometimes people say, well, it was 150 over 90. That's good. No, that's hypertension. So you don't have to have that 180 over 110. By the time we get to that level, we're in trouble. When you think about blood pressure, just think about that blood going through your vessels. At that high pressure, it is tearing the walls of those vessels apart. So that's what you need to think about it like. You think blood vessels, blood, and it's all confusing. No, when it's going in that fast, it's like 120 miles per hour, and it is tearing it up. And when you do that, plaque can start. You can have blood clots that can lead to stroke and heart attacks. So when I say 150 over 90 isn't good, that means we need to start implementing some diet changes, some exercise, regular trips to your physician. But definitely come out February 2nd and we'll get you started on all that.
And to piggyback on what Priscilla said, that 150 over 80, it causes damage to your kidneys too. So with that, with your blood pressure being so high for so long, you're going to end up on dialysis.
Yes.
Because the kidneys do have some effect on your blood pressure. So if you don't get it in check, you'll go to the doctor and get it checked, and next thing you know, you're on a dialysis
It's too late.
machine.
It's too late.
And stage renal disease, and ain't no reversing that.
Okay, so I hope everyone out there is listening and paying attention. You have this one body, this one life. Please take care of it.
Right.
And it affects your eyes too.
Yes.
Yes.
For a long,
It does.
for a long time, we've always been told that normal was 120 over 80. We now know that your blood pressure needs to be less than 120 over 80.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. And this silent killer thing that they talk about with the high blood pressure, some people have high blood pressure and they feel no different than they normally feel because your body is used to it being that high. So sometimes when you get the headaches, when you get the blurred vision, when you get the nosebleeds, those are late indications that you've been suffering with high blood pressure for a while.
And the damage is done at that point.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Oh my goodness gracious.
So it's really serious. I tell people all the time, you know, they'll check their blood pressure once and it may be nice. And like, oh, I'm good. But no, you really need to check it regularly.
Okay.
You know, have a log and check it same time every day, you know, for an extended back-to-back amount of days so that you really see how you're trending.
Okay. I want to say good morning to Miss Teresa Jones. She says, I see you ladies.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so, you know, back in the day, and I know I'm not counting these out. You're all in the medical field, so which is the best type? You know, I have a hard time reading the old-fashioned ones, the cuff with the pump and the thing. What, for someone who wants to check it at home, what would you recommend they invest in? What type of blood pressure device?
Well, there are many out there. I mean, you can even go to Walgreens and get them, and they're automatic. You know, they're numbers. You just put it on. You don't have to worry about the bulb. It will pump up. And typically, you can get those from $25 to $35.
Yes.
Sometimes a little bit cheaper, but that's around the range. And you know, really, I know that's an investment for some people's budget, but it's worth it.
It's worth
because
it.
blood pressure pills are a lot more expensive.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
All right.
And also on some of those machines, going back to what Priscilla said, it'll tell you whether or not you're in the normal range, whether or not you need to see your doctor or when to call 911. It also keeps up with the heart rate on the same machine that takes your blood pressure.
And if your heart rate is staying over 100 every time you take it, take your blood pressure, you got some problems going on.
Right, exactly.
Right. So, well, okay. You're just making me. I don't go to the doctor very often. I'm one of those people that I need to whoop in, but anyway.
Yeah.
And we need to go.
Yeah, and I know it's scary, but once you know, then you're on the path to correcting it.
Right.
So it's so much easier when you learn early and you can make small changes to get down to where you need to get down to. But I think, like Lisa even said earlier, it's just that fear. Like, if I don't know, then I don't have to deal with it. But your body's dealing with it whether you know it or not.
Okay. All right, so then let's get into women's heart health. You know, there's all these campaigns, you know, geared towards women. What is it so different about women that we need special attention?
Well,
we need to pay more attention to our heart health.
With the difference between women and men, all our books are geared towards symptoms of man. Left arm weakness, jaw pain, crushing chest pain, but with a woman, it's nausea. You may have a little bit of back pain. You may have a little bit of neck pain. So it comes off as, oh, I just need to lay down, or I'm just sick to my stomach, got a little bit of indigestion. So it's ignored. So with that, by the time a major event happens, there's no reversing it. Whereas a man, they talk about left arm pain, let me go.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't go so.
Yes.
When the event happened, it happened.
Yes. And one of the statistics that I looked at, heart disease is the leading cause of death among women globally, meaning that heart disease kills more women than even all the cancers combined. Women, we carry our fat in different areas. We know that fat around the abdomen increases your risk for diabetes and heart disease. We just know that a lot of women are carrying the load of their family on their shoulders. You know that you have to go to work. You know that you have to take care of your children. You know that you have to cook. And then sometimes we put our health on the back burner. And we don't take care of ourselves like we should. So before you can take care of your family and other people, you have to take care of yourself. That's why it's important to know your numbers. So come on out on Saturday and find out what those numbers are.
All right. All right. I want to say good morning to Victor Lamar Cobbs. Thanks for this info, listening on the air. Miss Shaya. Oh, Miss Shay. Oh, Lord. Please don't give me Shay. Shay Washington says good morning.
Good morning.
Loving this topic. Please don't kill me, Shay.
It's your eyes. When you read it, it just comes out that way.
I want want to touch on what Miss Amanda just said, and then Priscilla, you brought up the health disparities. And one conversation I've had with Dr. Patricia Walls-Guy from A-State concerning health disparities, sometimes we don't look at the whole person. We need to look at every aspect of what that person is dealing with before we can really start tackling, some of the major issues. So when it, like Miss Amanda mentioned, all the times with our health as women, we put it to the back because we're dealing with so many other things. And so during your Staying Alive series, will you try to touch on other areas of people's lives that contribute to their health, mental, social, emotional health as well? Will you try to touch on some of those things?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that's exactly what we're going to do. When we were looking for a name for this, we were saying a name for this event.
Okay.
And then as we got to talking as a group, one of the girls had the brilliant idea of, no, it's going to be the Staying Alive series, because we're going to talk about all these things that we need to help everyone stay alive and stay healthy and happy.
Yes.
So yes.
So I'm hoping that everyone in the community comes out and supports these events that you all will be hosting. And if you would like them to come to your event, please reach out to them. How can people reach out to you? Do you have a website, Facebook, any other social media?
We're working on an email.
Okay.
Currently we have an internal, but we're working on an external site so that you can email to us and we can respond back, especially with your events that you would like us to participate in, or if you want more information that we can help you with.
Okay. So currently right now, how can people find out more about you?
Just contact one of the members.
Yep.
Of
Okay.
LEAAP.
Okay. And so right now we have again Dr. Lisa Jones-Matthews, Mrs. Omega Woods, Mrs. Priscilla Abawaji, and Mrs. Amanda Golette. And there's some more. We'll mention them a little bit later on. They were here for the first show. But first, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after these announcements.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Are you equipped to protect your family from the poisons of pornography? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. Recently, my adult sons and I decided to watch a movie together. Halfway through the movie, a very inappropriate scene unfolded on the screen. I was shocked. I grabbed the remote and fumbled to get it off the screen. I knew it said PG-13 on the trailer, but when I looked again, it said UN next to the movie we rented. That stands for unedited. Basically, anything goes. My job as a father is to protect my children, and that means protecting their eyes and hearts. I also want to equip you with ways to guard your kids and yourself from the dangers of pornography. For more on this topic, visit my blog at markmerrill.com. Remember, your family first.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
Family Minute is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
KLEK thanks CJ Pepper and the staff of Life Strategies Counseling Incorporated for helping people through hard times in life such as depression, family issues, stress, abuse, and more. They offer counseling and therapy for all ages, individuals, families, and groups. They are located at 1217 Stone Street. Phone number 1-866-972-1268 or online at lscihelp.com. Meineke of Jonesboro is now Stark's Auto Service, a full-service auto repair and vehicle maintenance center, offering engine and transmission repair, brake service, tires, oil changes, and more, performed by ASE certified mechanics. Stark's Auto Service, 2813 South Caraway Road in Jonesboro, 870-204-7112. Stark's Auto Service, Jonesboro.com.
Edgy Studios, 209 Union Street in Jonesboro, offers photography for portraits, weddings, and engagements, senior portraits, family and maternity shoots, and all occasions. Edgy Studios focuses on photography that is unique and outside of the norm. Owner Andrew Daly is available at 870-243-0308 or www.ejjistudios.com.
House of Details, located at 3915 East Highland in Jonesboro, is a proud supporter of KLEK, offering detailing on any type of vehicle: basic wash, hand wash, shampoo, interior cleaning, waxing, buffering, headlight restoration, pickup, delivery, and more, with a motto of anything mean we can clean. Details at 870-273-5187. House of Details on Facebook and at klekfm.org.
Hello, I'm Officer Jonathan Hagens of the Jonesboro Police Department. One of the best decisions I ever made was to join the Jonesboro Police Department. Since joining, I've had the pleasure to give back, protect, and serve my community. Now I want to let you know about that same opportunity. The Jonesboro Police Department will conduct testing for the patrol officers at the Valley View High School. Applications are available online at jonesboropolice.com. The Jonesboro Police Department offers a competitive salary, health, and retirement benefits, top-of-the-line training, and most importantly, the chance to make a difference in the Jonesboro community. Join me in making Jonesboro a better place. The Jonesboro Police Department is an equal opportunity employer, and women and minorities are especially encouraged to apply. More information, 870-935-5657.
Applications are being accepted. Applications are available at jonesboropolice.com.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. My special guests are members from the LEAP group, which is LEAAP, Leading and Emerging African American Professionals. I have Dr. Lisa Jones Matthews, Mrs. Omega Woods, Mrs. Vasilia Abawaji, and Mrs. Amanda Golette. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us. I wish y'all can hear our off-air conversation, but sorry. But we're going to share a little bit of that because it pertains to your overall health. Even though this series coming up is the Leaping into Heart Health, there's so many different aspects that contribute to healthy heart, having a healthy heart. And so I want Dr. Lisa to go into her comment, about basically getting a tune-up.
Yeah. I was saying off air that you'll go and take your car to get a tune-up. You'll go get your oil changed on your car. You'll go get your tires rotated. You'll get your brakes changed out. But you won't go get a blood pressure check. You won't go to a gynecologist. You won't go have somebody look at your feet if diabetes runs in your family. You won't go get that one spot looked at. You'll just put the salve on it that somebody told you about. Go eat a lemon. You feeling sick? Go eat that lemon.
Garlic pills.
Yeah, take some extra garlic pills. So we put a lot more into things that aren't ourselves, and so maybe now we need to try to focus on us. We're a very sedentary life now. A lot of people have desk jobs, and in the past people didn't have that. I mean, the food is one thing, but just the pure activity level that we had in the past as children was so much higher. But now you have this good desk job where you make good money, and there's no incentive, seems like it. My blood pressure's not high, I'm not doing anything. Your body's just getting used to you not doing for yourself. So when you go get your oil changed on your car, go get yourself checked out. Think about things like that. You can invest that little bit. I mean, everybody has copays at this point. Go use your copays and go see the doctor to see what's going on.
Good idea. Or if your organization has flexible spending, go ahead and get that flexible spending.
Yes.
It's money that's coming out your pocket, but it's not coming out your pocket.
Okay.
You just swipe that card, go to the doctor, get your meds, do whatever.
It's so convenient.
It's like the best invention ever. Because before flexible spending, I ain't go to the doctor. I had insurance, but I'm not going to get my money because I'm already paying insurance.
But if you have it on the card, you're going to use it.
Swipe that card until it says zero.
Instead of spending it all at one time.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I want to ask Dr. Matthews, since you are a pharmacist and deal with, medications. How do you feel about people? We mentioned the garlic. You're taking all this extra stuff. How do you feel about some holistic practices?
As far as holistic, I am not against all things holistic. I am not. I'm not against it whatsoever. But I think that we take things without truly looking them up. We take them without knowing what we want them for. Somebody said take garlic, so I'm gonna take some garlic. Somebody said eat that lemon, I'm gonna eat the lemon. So I think as an individual, if you're choosing better lifestyle choices overall. You said, I'm getting up and I'm walking a little bit more. I'm not going to drink sodas. I'm going to drink some flavored water to kind of wean myself off of it. I'm going to start trying to drink unsweetened tea or half and half tea.
Have to start it.
Just start half and half tea. If you're truly making decisions to try to better yourself, then go holistic. I mean, that's a perfect opportunity to try it. But don't wait until you've gone to the hospital, you've been there 10 days, and they say you're diabetic, you have high blood pressure, your cholesterol's crazy, and then say, I'm just going to take some garlic. That's not the time. That's not the time. Does that make sense? So when people ask me questions, I'm not against it, but I'm going to need we need to back up a few steps, because there's steps that you take before you get to the end. We're all getting to the end of our lives at some point, but don't wait till you're 2 steps away to say, I'm going to go holistic. No, you need other measures.
Aggressive treatment.
You're going to need aggressive treatment.
Yes.
You're not going to need the things that affect your levels 4 and 5 and 10% max. You need something that's 100% in.
Right.
So that's how I think of holistic.
All right. And then I want Miss Amanda Vasily to kind of go into the discussion we're having about lifestyle changes. Some people say I'm going on this diet. That there's the keto, there's the Atkins, there's 100,000 diets, fads out there.
I would say, as what we were talking about out there, we're not going to even call it a diet. We're going to say that we're going to make some lifestyle modifications or changes. One of the things that we'll have at the health screening Saturday are healthy cooking tips. Some of the things that we can do as far as with the things that we eat is kind of like follow the American Heart Association diet. What that simply is that we're saying that we're going to eat foods that are low in sodium or low in salt. We're going to eat foods that are low in fat and that are low in cholesterol. Some of those things include fresh fruits and vegetables. What I mean by fresh fruits and vegetables, those are going to be the fruits and vegetables that you get out of the produce department. They're not going to be packaged in a can.
Yes, ma'am.
They're not going to be ready to serve. You're going to have to wash these things and eat them. Frozen vegetables are good as long as they're not in cream sauces or cheeses. Those are the ones that are just frozen. So you're going to add pepper, some garlic to it to make it, taste a little bit better. Anything that is pre-packaged, that's canned, that's in the frozen TV theater section, you don't want to eat those, because if you read the content of sodium in there, it's probably going to be more than what you're allowed per day. Also, some of the other foods that are high in sodium or salt are going to be like your lunch meats, your pizza, your bacon, your sausage. I have patients that tell me, well, what am I going to eat? You need to eat lean meat, such as fish, chicken, without the skin. Things that are
really good.
Things that are baked instead of fried. I mean, some things are good.
You can grill it too.
You can grill it. Grill meat is good. You can also dip your chicken in olive oil and put it in the oven. It gives it a more crispier taste.
I'm slowly trying myself.
And it'll be better. Yes, instead of frying the potatoes, why not dice them up and roast them?
That's a really, I love doing that. Even with sweet potatoes, even though I love my old-fashioned sugar butters, cinnamon, and blah, 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 but I try to, every now and then, chop them up.
Roasted sweet potatoes are good.
And I still put the nutmeg on them, but I don't put any sugar on them.
Right, no butter. I mean, it's really good. I was saying earlier, so I'm one of those people that I love to go to the gym. Like, I love the way it makes me feel when I'm done. I'm highly competitive, so I'm challenging people in the room, even though they know I'm not challenging. That's me. I'm that girl. But what I did at the beginning of this year is I gave myself a goal, and I stopped using the gym as such a crutch. I was working out, but I was also eating like I wanted to eat. My gym times were usually late in the evening, so I was eating later, which you shouldn't really eat past 7 o'clock, especially if your bedtime is like 9:30. You want to eat earlier in the day and kind of cut that off before you lay down. So what I did in January was I stopped going to the gym so much. And I really just concentrated on what I ate. Cooked at home more. When you go out, it's really hard to determine how they're cooking their food and what they're using. Amanda made a really good point about how you season your food. I rarely use any kind of salt to season my food. Garlic, ginger root, use those kind of things, and it adds so much flavor. And it's so good. And I just get the fresh garlic. I crush it. I get my ginger root and peel it, put it in my blender with a little water, and I kind of like marinate my meat with that. You know, lemon juice, lime juice. It's so many things that you can use besides Lowry's seasoning salt. And your food tastes really good. So I concentrated on my diet, not a diet, but on what I ate. And that really has helped me, and I've actually lost 8 pounds this month, y'all. I'm so excited without going to the gym. But I'm going to start back. I am going to start back. But I do think sometimes we even use our healthy lifestyles. Like, you'll see people out there running. They run marathons. But if they're still eating not so healthy foods, they may not have a not so healthy body. So
we have a comment from Ms. Donna Kirksey. She says, a great program. Having had a heart attack almost 2 years ago, I urge everyone to get your BP checked regularly. I take my meds every day. Thank you for this wonderful information and suggestions. And good morning to Miss Maddie Warren. All right, so I hope that everyone out there, either if you've had heart disease, heart attack, you know someone, please encourage them to come out this Saturday. All right, so let's go into the details of what people can expect. You all have so many activities planned. So where do we start?
Some of the things that we'll have at the screening are going to be, you can get your hematocrit checked. Your hematocrit tells your percentage of blood volume, meaning that it possibly can tell you whether or not you're anemic. We're also going to be checking hemoglobin A1C. Hemoglobin A1C is a measurement of how your blood sugars are controlled over a 3-month period. So if you are a diabetic, your numbers are going to be a little bit higher. We can tell you that. We're going to be checking your blood pressure. We're going to be doing EKGs. EKG can tell you whether or not your heart is out of rhythm, whether or not you have a blockage, whether or not you've had an old heart attack, whether or not you have cholesterol buildup. They're also going to be checking PSA, which is a prostate-specific antigen that'll tell you whether or not you're at risk for prostate cancer.
Men, are you listening? Please come out.
We're going to be doing a healthy cooking demonstration. If you're a smoker, we also know that puts you at an increased risk of heart attack or stroke. We'll tell you ways to stop and offer assistance. We'll have prizes and giveaways and fitness tips. You'll get to see all of us there.
We will all be there. And the one thing about the blood testing that we're going to be doing, so we prefer that you fast, which means nothing to eat or drink. You can drink water, but I wouldn't do anything outside of water for 8 hours prior to coming to get your blood drawn. You'll get a more comprehensive or a more complete look at your levels. Now, if you're not able to do that, we still can do a total cholesterol, but we won't really be able to get into your HDLs and your LDLs and really get a good picture. So try to fast for at least 8 hours. We're starting at 9 o'clock, so wake up a little bit late, come on in, skip that breakfast. We will have samples with our cooking demonstrations, and we'll have some fruit there. So definitely fast. We're also going to have a lot of physicians. We're going to have Lisa talking about medications. We're going to have a stress management booth. Dr. Willie Harper, who does a lot of our gastric surgeries, he's going to be there and kind of talk about just doing the right type of thing. So you're going to have, I hope you're listening to us today, because we're real people and we give real advice and we talk your talk. So that's what you're going to get Saturday. We want you to come with your questions. I don't want you to be embarrassed. I promise you it's probably not the first time I've heard it. So let us know. And I want to be open and honest with you as well. It's all about transparency, because we're trying to get everybody to that staying alive.
Okay.
There are going to be several clinicians there from different specialties, meaning nurses, pharmacy. So if there's somebody that you feel like you're more comfortable with asking a question, you can pull them to the side, ask whatever it is you need to ask, and they're going to answer from their specialty standpoint.
And I want to ask Dr. Lisa about this. I know you probably see this in the hospital. People come in with some issue because they're not taking their medicine properly. The medicine is prescribed at specific doses at specific times for a reason. Can you go into that, please?
Yes. A lot of what I see at home, family members, friends, people I meet who are comfortable with me, they'll take their medicine when they feel bad. They'll take their blood pressure medicine. Well, my head was hurting. I went on and took it for a couple days, and so now I'm better. They'll take their diabetes medicine because they're only checking once every 2 or 3 days. I knew it was the 4th of July. We're gonna eat good this weekend. I'm gonna go and take my sugar, and so they're taking their insulin and their oral meds. Yeah, it's very situational.
Very situational.
And they're taking their meds that way. And so what I like to tell people is, it's like when you're driving a car and you're just constantly starting and stopping. You're hitting the brakes, slamming on them constantly. That's what you're doing to your body. You're killing your engine. I mean, you are running it hard. No oil. No oil change on this. You are just going. The tire's about to fall off. You seeing tread up on this bad boy. Tires in the tire. That's what you're doing when you don't correctly take your medicine. And then you're not taking it correctly. So when you do go to the doctor, when I finally decide to make an appointment, I'm gonna take my medicine real good for these 10 days.
And to make the doctor,
you're not giving the physician a true feature. You're not giving your doctor true information. You're putting on a front for a week or two. Just like with the dentist, you brushing extra hard before you go to the dentist. You ain't flossed one time. You have not flossed one day except the 2 days before you go to the dentist. You really need to give these people, give the people who are trying to help you take care of yourself, give them real information. Let them know, man, I ain't trying to take 3 or 4 medicines a day. What can we do? I don't want to take medicines 4 and 5 times a day. Is there something I can take once a day? Be real with the people who help you, and be real with yourself. That's what I like to tell people. Take your medicine the way it's prescribed, so that we'll know if it's working or not. So that you'll know that it's working or not.
And for those people, sometimes we see this with elderly, they often don't have the money to always fill every prescription, or their insurance only covers so much, or this brand or whatever. Will you have information about prescription assistance programs?
We will.
Omega. That's our girl. That's what we go to.
We do have prescription assistance, and I will have that literature there for you to take. It's not insurance, but it's a card that'll give you a deep discount on any medications that you can't afford out of pocket. So, and even if you're in the hospital, if there are medications that you can't afford, we have case managers and social workers.
That's what I do every day. I look at those medications. We have these cards, so just ask for it, and we have an endless supply. So just let us know. But something Lisa said on the break that whenever you do go to the doctor, they always find there's something wrong.
No, it was something wrong before.
Yes.
It's just that you went to the doctor and they told you what was wrong.
Right. That is true.
So, I've heard it a lot. Every time I go, they always find something wrong.
That's what we tell
Just
ourselves.
Just go to the doctor.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
If only once a year.
Right.
And then let's talk about some things are hereditary.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are some things that may be hereditary but are lying dormant. And so when you talk with people about how they can hopefully prevent that whatever from becoming activated within them.
You cannot control genetics, but you can control your lifestyle.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what we want to tell people, and that's some of the information that we want to give you on Saturday. Okay. So meet us there.
And another thing is just knowing your family history. You know, a lot of times, especially in the African American culture, we don't talk about what our people died of.
Yes.
You know, Uncle Sammy died, he was sick. With what? You know, because that's my family. Is it cancer? Is it heart disease? A lot of times we have people come in and they just don't know their family history. So let's stop that. Let's be transparent. Let's talk about what's in our family. Mental illness, heart disease. Let's know, because honestly, if I know cancer's running in my family, I want to be that spokesperson to say, go get checked. Have you had your colonoscopy? Have you done? Let's go. I'll go with you. You know, so it's very important for families to talk about what's running through our bloodline.
And there may be some insurance companies, I don't know how it works now, they may have a special package or plan if you are genetically predisposed to certain cancers or diseases. You can get coverage to do those screenings.
I know, like if you're really at risk for breast cancer per se, right now mammogram is recommended over the age of 50, but if you're at risk or you have a family history, they will pay for you to get it sooner, but you have to communicate that information with your doctor.
Yes. And I will say, when you go to your doctors, you know, they're busy, but have your questions ready. Take your time to ask your questions. Even me, being a nurse, they think, oh, well, she wants something, she's going to ask me. But I had to get a new physician, and we were talking about mammograms, because I do have a history of some breast cancer in my family. And he was like, oh, no, you're too young for that. And I'm like, well, no, not actually. You know, I just turned 40. He looked at my paperwork. You 40? Oh my! So you know, he just looking at you,
Right.
And so you know, his mind was probably on his next task. But I'm like, no, Mister, we're gonna slow down today. We're gonna slow down. I'm gonna ask some questions, and then you know, I got things going. But how awful would it have been for me to take my time to come to that appointment and not get those questions answered?
All right, we're gonna take another quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap up our discussion, and I hope that everyone out there is listening and taking notes and making plans to go out to St. Bernard's Health and Wellness Center Saturday. What time?
9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It is a drop-in. You don't want to miss it.
All right,
and it's free.
free. All right, but we'll be right back and we'll share some more details. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. Boosting your savings and eliminating debt are important steps to take to improve our finances. But that alone is not enough to build wealth. We must also look for ways to generate more income. A great option for this is finding or creating side hustles, additional ways to make money besides your main source of income. Generating income from multiple sources can help you to eliminate debt, build wealth, and provide a financial cushion should you be laid off or want to change jobs. It's the ancient wisdom of not having your eggs all in one basket. Having more than one source of income gives you flexibility and security. It's a smart move to think of ways you can make money with a skill that you're only partially using or currently only pursuing as a hobby. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization focused on joy in our sisterhood, power in our voice, and service in our hearts. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears gearsfoundation@gmail.com.
Calling all women and minority business owners as well as the general public. KLEK 102.5 FM presents the 2019 Women and Minority Business Showcase, Saturday, February 16th from noon until 6 at Centennial Hall in the Arkansas State University Student Union. Live broadcast on KLEK and on Facebook. This is your opportunity to show what your business, church, or organization has to offer to the unique, diverse audience of KLEK listeners, supporters, and the Jonesboro community as a whole, or to just check out all the vendors in attendance. Vendor registration is $25, $50 if you sell items on site, and you can register at klekfm.org, but you must register by February 4th. Free admission to attend. The KLEK Women and Minority Business Showcase is sponsored by the Arkansas State University Office of Diversity and Community Engagement, Full Sun Gifts, and Bancorp South. This event is a KLEK fundraiser.
The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated was established on January 1st, 1977, originally serving Blytheville, Arkansas, and now serving Jonesboro, Blytheville, Osceola, Marion, and West Memphis, Arkansas. Today, the chapter continues to make an impact by focusing on Alpha's national community outreach initiatives such as My Brother's Keeper, A Voteless People is a Hopeless People, Go to High School, Go to College, Project Alpha, Boy Scouts, and the March of Dimes. The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is committed to Alpha's mission of developing leaders, promoting brotherhood and academic excellence, while providing service and advocacy to the community. More information about the Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is available at MOL Alphas on Facebook or via email at molalphas@gmail.com.
Experience the joy with Bishop Adrian R. Rogers, pastor of Fullness of Joy Church, 2120 Thorn Street, Jonesboro, Arkansas, 72401. Wednesday night, Word and Worship, 7 p.m. Prayer Thursday night at 7 p.m. Sunday School, 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning worship, 11 o'clock a.m. And our Sunday night live service at 7 p.m.
KLEK 102.5 FM wants to be active in the community. If you or your organization is hosting a community service event, we would like to know about it and be a part of it. KLEK will promote your event on air, online, and on social media. KLEK personalities may also attend the event and provide music and or entertainment. Certain restrictions and availability may apply. If you or your organization would like to partner with KLEK to make the Jonesboro community a better place, call 870-277-1080 or email us at klek@klekfm.org. In order for a community announcement or church announcement to be aired on KLEK 102.5 FM, we ask that the announcement be sent at minimum 1 week in advance. Thank you for supporting KLEK 102.5 FM.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to our last segment of Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I have truly enjoyed these ladies here today. I've learned so much, and I feel like I've gotten a verbal spanking. I'm going to the doctor's. I'm going to the doctor soon. So, okay. But anyway, until then, Saturday, February 2nd, come on out. St. Bernard's Health and Wellness, 9 to 1. 9 to 1. You can drop in. There's all types of events to take part in. There's the different blood work that's going to be done. The health screenings. There's fitness tips. There's healthy cooking. And then there's door prizes. So who doesn't like door prizes? And everything is totally free. You get to see all these lovely ladies there and some more of the LEAP crew in St. Bernard's team out there. So I'm looking forward to, seeing the turnout, and I really hope the community as a whole comes out and support you all. We do too. So let's talk about the email. How can people get in touch with you?
Yes. So earlier, I knew we were working on it. I got word that it is up and running. Okay. So if you want to reach out to LEAP, you can email us at LEAP, that's LEAAP, at sbrmc.org. O-R-G. Okay. So LEAP at SBRMC for St. Bernard's Regional Medical Center.org.
All right. So if you have any questions, comments, requests, please reach out to these ladies and someone will get back with you to answer your questions. And then also another event that's going on, want to put a little plug in for the AKAs. Pink Goes Red.
Yes, it's Friday.
So, and then that's another event that is raising awareness for heart health as well.
Yes.
Friday is National Wear Red Day in recognition of women's heart health. So everyone get your red out. I'm sure Miss Lisa and all the Deltas going to be red too.
And that AKA event is going to be at Jonesboro Kindergarten Center. Bring non-perishable items because we will be giving donations to the backpack program for the kids to take things home so they have food to eat.
Okay. And I wanted to go with, since you brought that up, a lot of times some families, due to lack of funds or just lack of whatever, they feed their children whatever. And the earlier you start your children on a bad path, the wrong path, it can lead to health issues later on in life. So again, back to what Miss Amanda was saying, you know, it's about lifestyle changes, not about a diet being restricted. It's about adjusting what you eat and your physical activity so that you can set yourself up for a better.
Right. One of the things that stuck with me, which I'm just going back on what you were just saying, is that people say that it's expensive to eat healthy. But would you rather pay for your health later on or pay the cost to eat a better meal? Take for instance, if you were going to go and eat McDonald's. Let's say you spend $6 or $7 on a meal. $6 or $7, you can make you some beans. You can get some chicken. And you probably can eat off of it for 2 to 3 days versus what you would have spent on one meal.
It's about being creative and about getting up and being more proactive and planning. I think a lot of us in today's society, we become so busy. You all talked about how, you know, we're so busy doing other things, taking care of other people. We don't take care of ourselves. We don't put that same energy into our meal planning anymore. And Priscilla, you mentioned how, you know, things have changed for you. You've learned how to season your food in a better way to still get the flavor but not the added fat and sodium and things. So I would love to see us all as a community, as a society, go back to eating dinner at the table again. Those of us who can, involving the kids in the preparation and planning of the meals. And then going back to being budget friendly, if you plan your meals about a week or so in advance and then shop only for what you need. I know it sounds old fashioned, it sounds tedious, but it can be done.
It's healthier and more than likely it's going to be cheaper as well.
Save money.
If you plan your snacks into your meals, and again, try to get your kids set up, you know, on a better path. Let's not be. I love my grandmas and aunties and everybody, but looking back over my childhood, there's some things that could have been a whole lot different. I'm trying to make those changes now and my child's 21, so I'm trying to set him up on a different path.
Yes.
I don't want him to be that, you know, person. A lot of the women in my family died early before they were 60. I really want to break that cycle.
Yes. And you can.
Yes. Very much so. All right, so these last 2 minutes, any final comments, encouragement?
Yes.
Please come out and see us.
Please come out. One thing we didn't mention, everyone who comes will get a day pass to come back and visit the gym to work out. So it's a wonderful facility.
It is.
And just know that our St. Bernard's Health and Wellness, it is on Matthews Avenue. It's right down the street from the hospital. So we'll have balloons out there. We'll have people outside. So I just want to make sure you get to the right spot because there's going to be a lot of great things going on
it'll
the
be
inside.
about 60 degrees on Saturday, so it'll be a nice day to come out.
Okay.
Yes.
Why not come out, put your yoga pants or workout clothes on, whatever.
This Saturday.
9
a.m. to 1 p.m.
All right, Miss Omega, any final words you would like to leave with our listeners and viewers?
Just come out, enjoy it, and take something back with you.
Okay. All right, Dr. Lisa?
I would say come on out, take some time for yourself and come see us.
All right. Everyone, thank you all so much for joining us today. And thank you everyone out there for listening and supporting KLEK.
Yes.
And remember, tomorrow is National Wear Red Day, so wear your red. Post on social media and maybe post some of your personal stories about people that you have known that have been impacted by heart health issues, especially the women in your family. So let's spread the word, raise awareness. It's more than just about wearing red, but it's about raising awareness and hopefully helping someone else. And thank you, Ms. Donna, for sharing your story. so many other people have stories out there, but no one wants to share. That's another way we can help each other, is by sharing our stories and our testimonies and being a little more transparent. So, I mean, somebody may look at you like, wow, okay, I never knew that you had that same issue. So you never know who you're helping by sharing your story. So thank you, ladies, so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And remember, share this video, please.
Yes.
All right. Everyone
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great and
Thank
blessed
you,
day.
KLEK.
And try to stay warm out there. It's a little frigid.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community